especially on social media, I've actually come across a lot of fathers crying out, on social media, asking people to weigh in, reaching out to their lawyers and talking to the general public, especially some celebrities are actually well known in Nigeria. And all they have been talking about is, I want access to my children. Apparently, their marriage is packed up for whatever reason, between them and their ex-wives, and they have been saying, I need access to my children, I need to know where my children are, I need to build a good bond and a good relationship with my children, which is honestly the right thing or the proper thing for any responsible father to want to do. Now, I go down in the comment section in some of all these blogs and you get to see people asking questions like, why do women keep the children away from their fathers when their relationship have actually gone south? And hi everyone, you are welcome to another episode of No Gray Areas with Sazzy. How are you all doing? If you are new here, you are super welcome to this channel. And to my older returning subscribers, you all know that you are the real MVPs. The reasons why mothers keep their children away from their fathers. So here you are welcome to another gospel by Sazzy. Number one reason could be child safety from parental abuse. Yes, some mothers have come to realize that their children are being abused by their fathers. And when I mean abuse, it could be emotional abuse, it could be physical abuse, it could actually be sexual abuse, unfortunately. Some could also be a long history of mental illness that has not been treated, that has not been given proper attention to. And of course, some form of abuse could also be the abuse of alcohol, the abuse of hard drugs, and all these things we know could cause potential harm to a child. Now, you do not expect a mother to keep a child around a man that is going cray-cray or going cuckoos. You do not expect that to happen. If you're always caught doing, how do you expect these women to leave the children around you? You are already bad luck to them. You are already not a good example to the children. How do you expect these women to be comfortable leaving their children around you? So, if a mother perceives any form of threat or danger to a child's life, the natural instinct of a mother, being a mother hen, just to protect their children, will always pop up. And the next thing they are doing is they are limiting access to these fathers. Now, another reason could be inconsistency impact. Yes, let me explain this one. The absence or the non-consistency of a father in the life of a child can actually create a deep emotional scar in the life of that child. And I'm talking about issues like low self-esteem, low academic or educational performance. Some of them actually struggle with trust issue. Some of them become very rebellious and they become very, very hard to communicate with. Some of them build up a wall and don't want to grant anybody access to their lives. Some of them begin to look at themselves as not worth it. They begin to have a high level of insecurity. Some of them begin to look for love in the wrong places. They begin to look for warmth and care in hopeless places. Another downside could be the feeling of lack of attachment to relationships because they do not trust that these people will remain in their lives for a long time. Another thing could also be the fact that these children will grow up to learn a very wrong and negative parental style that will be transferred to their children. So now you see, it becomes a crazy circle. My father did this to me, and they grow up to doing it to their children unknowingly. But the truth is, subconsciously, this thing has been buried in their heart. It has been buried in their soul. It has been buried in their body, and all they know is the escape mindset. How can you be missing in action in the life of children when you are supposed to be present? You are never there for their graduation. You are never there when they pop a new tooth. You are never there when they take their new step. You are not there when they are celebrating, when they are crying, when they are ill, when they need a doctor to visit them, when they need something, somebody to hold them, somebody to hug them, when they are being bullied in school, when they need a teacher to teach them how to ride the bicycle. They need their fathers to be there to show them what love is honestly supposed to look like. But hey, you are nowhere nowhere to be found. You're busy gallivanting all over the world, looking for how to please people that honestly do not matter in your life. Now tell me, how could you show up today and in the next 1 year you are nowhere to be found as a father? Tell me how you want a child to balance or to understand your absence without any form of explanation. How do you just pop up in a child's life today and the next minute you are out of their life for no good? You drop their hopes, you drop their expectation like hot potatoes, and you expect this child, or you even expect their mothers, to sit down there and allow your stupid shenanigans? No, it doesn't happen this way. The mother will naturally pop up and say, you know what, instead of you to scar my child emotionally and make the child feel like they're not worthy of your presence or they do not deserve you being around them, then you can as well stay away from them so these children can have a balanced life, so you will not damage their mental health. Another reason could be personal vendetta or revenge. Oh my goodness, yes. You jump me, I'm going to jump you. You hurt me, I'm going to hurt you. And these mothers begin to use these children as bargaining chip. Yes, they begin to weaponize the children. They use these children to manipulate the men. They use these children to control the men. They use these children as a weapon against their fathers just because of their hurt, because of their grievances, because of their pain. They do not know how to separate emotions. They feel like, you know what, I understand and I know how much this man values and cherishes these children, so I'm going to use these children against this man for what he has done to me. Unfortunately, it is not supposed to be that way, but some women do not know how to limit it. They just feel like, you know what, I do not care. We are in a war. This is fight. This is war. And as long as I see this as a battle, I will come with all my arsenal to ensure that I bring this man down. And one of the ways that I will bring this man down is to use the kids against him, is to use the children against him. I know that if I keep these children away from this man, then everything will go bonkers. This man will be out of his mind. He'll be losing his mind literally, because he has this love and this bond, and of course he is a responsible father to the children. Unfortunately, it's not the proper thing, it's not the wise thing, but yes, some women actually keep children away from their fathers because of personal vendetta and revenge. Another reason could be irresponsibility concerns. Yes, you see, there are some fathers, they are just nothing but deadbeats. Oh my goodness, they do not care what these children eat. They do not care how they look, what they look like, whether they have their meal, whether they are hungry, whether their fees have been paid, whether these children are ill, whether they are okay. They do not care. They do not support their wives or their ex-wives financially to support these children. They do not care. They look out for other people as against looking out for their children. They go out there to throw money around and throw gifts around to people that honestly do not mean anything in the scheme of things. So yes, some of these women honestly do not see the need of granting access to the fathers of their children when these men are simply not interested in being responsible, in caring for their children, in leveling up and being a man. Remember that someday one of these children want to get married. Maybe they become something significant in the world, and you want to come stand behind them as the father of the day to represent what? You are not going to get them grabbing you with open arms, because yes, you have been MIA in the lives of the children, and so they are not going to accord you that respect that they're supposed to accord a responsible father. Because of what? You just brought them into this world. You need to man up for you to take that center stage in your children's life. You need to man up for you to have access to your children. So what's it gonna be? Access to children, then be responsible, or be a deadbeat father and get the hell away from the women. Another reason could be the need of creating boundaries. Yes, I'm going to explain this. You know, some women move on after a failed relationship, just the way some other men move on after a failed relationship. And before you know it, they begin to prioritize the relationship with the new man in their lives, and for that reason they begin to set boundaries from the fathers of their children. They begin to focus on this new relationship. And you see, some men do not understand the concept of no. Some men do not know how to allow themselves to just realize that, you know what, she has won. Yes, they do not know how to accept defeat. Some men would rather want to shadow you all the days of their lives just because they want to ensure that you are not happy as much as they are not happy. Probably because they are at fault. They are the reasons why that relationship did not work out. They are the reasons why that marriage did not work out. And now they see that another man is trying to care for these women. He's trying to care for their ex-wife or their ex-girlfriend that has a child for them. They are trying to come into the mix just to cause a breakdown in that new relationship that woman has found for herself. Whether you like it or not, the present men in their lives will feel uncomfortable. If you love a man in your life, you will want to do everything within your power to protect the man's peace, to protect the man's joy, to make the man feel secure and trust you enough to know that I do not care about my ex, I do not have anything for my ex anymore. So yes, you see some of all these men, they want to use the children as a bargaining chip. They want to come back into the life of these women because they now see that, oh, the woman's life is popping. They now see that the woman is being taken care of by another man that values and cherishes her. They now see that the woman is looking good. A woman you literally did not want to care for. A woman you literally did not love. You were cheating on her. You were doing a lot of things to her. Now she has been able to to muster the courage to move on. And you are here trying to limit her because you want to come back as Batman or as what? Superman? It doesn't work that way. So yes, boundaries is another reason why a woman would not want to grant access to the father of her children. Another reason could be alienation and wrong narrative consent. Oh yes, you see, some men are so good at throwing out wrong narrative and wrong information about their exes. The moment everything has gone south, they begin to look for subtle ways of dropping wrong information about the mothers of these children. Each time these children find a way, maybe have time to spend with their fathers, they come back home with new information. Oh, daddy said that you went out with another man. Oh, daddy said you were a cheat. Oh, daddy said you were actually stealing from him. Oh, daddy said you actually wanted to end his life. Oh, daddy said you wanted to do this. Daddy said this. Daddy said that. All sorts of negative and vile information that will make these children hate their mothers, or that will make them begin to drift from their mothers emotionally because they are seeing through the lenses of their fathers. Yes, some men are vile that way. Some men are absolutely petty. Take it from me, I'm going to tell you this. In their heads, they feel like, you know what? If you're not in my life for whatever reason and you're not ready to take the BS that I dish out to you, then I will transfer all the bile and the vile to the children so that they are going to hate you at the end of the day. It's not the proper way to do things, but some men do this nasty stuff. And trust the mothers, they do not want to start dealing with such a negative narrative, and that's the reason why they begin to close all the access. Hey, I need to see the children, access denied. I need to have fun with my children, access denied. That's exactly what you get when you begin to throw wrong narratives around because you're trying to get back at the woman, forgetting that you are honestly toying with the emotions, the feelings, the heart, the mental health of these children. So yes, these women will never want to settle for it. Another reason could be legal issues or custody battles. Yes, in some cases, the court might actually put out an order, especially when there is a divorce or separation proceedings that is going on. They are trying to ensure who stays with the children. They are trying to ensure shared custody or a permanent custody to one parent that seems responsible between both parents. It affects the children, it affects the parents, but yes, it's just what happens. It's unfortunate that children get to be in the line of battle when things like this begin to go on, and that is the reason why these women give limited access to the fathers of their children, because they are trying to ensure that they win custody battle at all costs and control the narrative. Finally, there are various complex and unique reasons why mothers would want to keep their children away from their father, and these reasons vary significantly from one person to the next person because of how dynamic their situation is. However, professional intervention, legal counsel, mediation can help in fostering a very sane and comfortable environment for both the children and the parents to thrive in. So as much as possible, if you find yourself in this situation, always think in your mind, the children should come first. It's about the children. You want to raise emotionally balanced children. Yes, marriages crumble. Yes, relationships actually fail. But always think about the children. Put your emotions aside. Put your pain aside. Put your revenge aside. Put your personal vendetta, your personal grievance aside. And always look out for the interest of that child. And yes, if the interest of the child is to keep that baby or that child or the children away from abusive situation, by all means, mother, go ahead and do it. Trust me, I'm all for that. So yes, if there are more reasons that I have not mentioned here today why mothers keep their children away from their fathers, put it in the communication box so we can all learn from each other. Please do not forget to like, drop your comment, subscribe, share this video, and don't forget to turn on post notification so you will be the first to get notified when we upload a new video. So see you next time on another episode of No Gray Areas with Sazzy. Stay blessed and bye.